Alright, so I'm going to start out with my foundation. I'm using the number 7 foundation, and I know it looks like I'm using a lot. That's because I am. I applied everything a bit heavier today so that it would show up on camera because my lighting situation isn't great at all. I'm just putting that all over my face. I know it looks a little bit yellow, but I promise it doesn't look like that in person. I'm going with my NYX HD concealer and putting it all on my under eye, my eyelid. I think I did a stripe down my nose, and also a little bit on my chin. There's not much to say about this. I'm just blending it in with a brush. These are all from, I think every other brush that I'm using is from BH Cosmetics. It was in a pink set. And then I'm going to set my under eye first with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and my Coty Airspun powder. And then set the rest of my face with a brush. I just find that if I don't set my under eye with a sponge, then it tends to look a little bit cakey. And then I'm going to contour using my NYX contour palette. And I'm using the second shade to the left. I'm going to just put that on my cheekbones, a little bit on my temples. I also run it along my jawline and a little bit on my nose. Again, I know it looks like I'm putting on a lot. I am, but I really wanted it to show up on camera. My normal routine wouldn't do it. And then I'm going in with a light pale pink blush. This one is from Milani. And I'm throwing it all in the crease. I'm actually blending it all the way up to my actual brow. I think at one point I actually placed the initial product above my crease, almost touching the brow. I blended that out a lot. I didn't show it. And then I'm going in with a darker blush. I think this one's from like LA Colors or something. Anyways, I'm putting that more densely in the crease, but also blowing it almost up to my brow bone. So this is going to be a very dramatic, very blown out look. Sorry, I know you can't see super well. But I am just packing that on, throwing it all over in the crease, and bringing it almost up to the side of my nose. And I'm going in and blending everything out, making sure there are no harsh lines. And then I'm going in with this NYX red eyeshadow, and I'm placing it most tightly in the crease and just blending it a little bit above. But I am packing it kind of heavily, almost on the side of the nose where the eye socket meets the bridge of the nose. I've never done this technique before, actually, but I really liked it. It kind of added an unique look to the eye. And then I'm taking a kind of fluffy packing brush almost and placing this very densely in the crease, almost like you were going to do a soft cut crease, but a lot less harsh than that. And then again, just blending everything out, constantly blending between these, between every single step that I do with my eyelashes, my eyeshadow. I want everything to look seamless. And then I'm taking that same flat eyeshadow brush, just rubbed it off on the back of my hand, and I'm going in with that second dark pink blush, and I'm sticking that just on my outer and inner corner of my lower lash line, kind of blowing it down. And then I'm taking a small smudger brush with that red eyeshadow and placing it more concentrated just at the lash line. And then I think I do kind of make a bridge across to the inner corner, because I left the very center of my lower lash line blank, so we're going to put a lighter color there in a second. And then again, just going through, making sure everything is blended, that there are no harsh lines, that it all just looks very big and blown out. And then I'm going to go in with this Morphe shadow from, I think, the 35W. It's just a light shimmery pink, and I'm putting that all over my lid with my finger. I find that that puts on the most product. You can't kind of control it as well, so you can go in with a brush afterwards to kind of clean it up. But I didn't really find the need for that because I wasn't really looking to super blend the lid shade and the crease together. And then I'm also putting that on the lower lash line in that space that we left. I think I also put on a little bit of a pinky highlighter from the NYX contour palette. And then I used this kind of glitter from Hard Candy. Didn't really make a difference. I couldn't find my setting spray to make it more metallic. And then I'm just using a angled liner brush and creating a small wing with my black eyeshadow. And then just going back in and making sure everything looks blended and nice. And then I'm using a light pinky highlight shade and packing it in my inner corners. I really want to make sure that it's there. I think I brought it up a little bit more than I usually would. And then just making sure everything's blended after doing that. And then I'm moving on to my eyebrows, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use that darker blush, and I'm actually going to use that to fill in my eyebrows. I thought it kind of just gave a little bit of a fun pinky spin. It's not super noticeable, but you can definitely tell that there's some pink in your eyebrows. And then I'm curling my lashes and applying mascara. You can do falsies if you want, but I don't really do that. And then I'm going back in and touching up my contour because I didn't think it looked strong enough on camera as I wanted it to be. And then I'm going back in with that very first pink blush, and I'm literally packing it all over my cheeks. It is very, very natural, so I can get away with putting a lot on, which I am obviously doing. And I'm also rubbing a little bit on my nose. It just kind of helps give that flushed sun-kissed look I think is very pretty. And then afterwards, I'm going to go in with the second dark pink blush and just popping that on the apples of my cheeks and then really, really blending it out because it is very pigmented, but it doesn't blend very well. I think it was like $1 at the store. It was really cheap, but it's effective. I don't know what that was, what I just did. But anyways, and then I'm going back through with my foundation brush and blending over it to make sure it's not too intense. And then I decided I wanted to do freckles, so I'm going with that dark red and just a little pointed liner brush and just kind of dotting them, focusing mostly on my nose region. I don't think I show it, but I kind of pat them with my finger to make them look more natural, even though they're obviously not natural. But then I also wanted to kind of mix them in with a bit more of natural kind of brownish freckles, so I did that as well. And then I'm highlighting with this pinky light highlighting shade from the NYX contour palette. Any highlight with kind of a pink undertone will work, and I'm packing that, literally packing it, all over the high points of my cheekbones and on my nose. And then I'm applying this kind of hot pink liquid lip. I think this is from Beauty and Hustle. It's really comfortable. It's a really great formula. And then this is the part where it kind of all went downhill. I was like, oh, let me draw a cute little pink heart with liquid lipstick, which is all good and fine, except for I drew it too big, and I forgot that I also can't draw at all. So ignore that bit. I just thought I'd give an explanation as to why there's suddenly a big pink heart on my face. And you can see I'm like, crap, I messed up. But anyways, that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!